Good Friday to you. I'm Storm Team 9 Meteorologist Patrick Ellis here with your ENC Weather Update for this December the 27th, 2013. A dry and mild day across the east. Very seasonable for this time of the year. Tomorrow will be much warmer, and we're still talking about that storm system that'll be rolling into the region as we head towards Sunday. All of that in full detail here in the forecast update video. Quick look at the numbers this evening as we're doing this update about 7 p.m. 36 in Greenville, 40 at Washington, 46 at New Bern, 39 Jacksonville, is 45 down in Morehead City thanks to some cloud coverage across the coastal areas of eastern North Carolina this evening. Looking at the water vapor imagery, and the main thing that we're going to be talking about here is this next system that is getting its act together down in the desert southwest right now. The polar jet is to the north, so all the really core of the cold air is still to the north of us. And we're getting into that moist, unstable air as we head towards the weekend. So you can kind of see where the arrows are kind of moving. You see the orange arrows moving towards eastern North Carolina. And this is our storm system, basically centered over about Abilene, Texas right now. And we'll be moving towards us, and the moisture you see coming off of the Pacific and the Gulf of Mexico, that's going to be streaming towards us as we head towards the next couple of days. The precision forecast model running a little warm as far as temperatures are concerned tonight. I think most areas inland, upper 20s, low 30s, low and mid 30s along the coast, and maybe a stray 40-degree mark right along the immediate beaches. Here we go into the afternoon hours. I think cloud coverage starts to build in here, high and mid-level clouds. Temperatures to the north, mid-50s. And then southern areas, south of US 264, likely will be into the upper 50s and low 60s. Should be a nice day overall, with those high mid-level clouds starting to stream in as we head towards the afternoon hours as the moisture builds in. Now, the moisture really builds in as the frontal boundary approaches us, the warm front approaches us. By Sunday evening, we're in the mid-40s and likely going to rise through the overnight hours as the clouds build in and the moisture increases as well. So high pressure and control right now. It builds off towards the east, and that is that pump coming off the Gulf of Mexico as well as the Atlantic Ocean bringing in the moisture. Here we are, 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Showers starting to build into the region. This will likely be stratiform rain for the most part. Heavy rainfall likely, especially you see those heavier downpours to the west on the northwest side of the low. But you see the warm front lifting northward. Temperatures are going to be a wide range on Sunday. And some areas in our deep northwestern areas, Northampton and Halifax counties, may not get out of the 50s, while central and southern areas may touch the 60s, will likely get into the 60s, and our coastal areas may hit 70. So wide range of temperatures once again as we get this system to roll in here. And an I-95 track this low and a warm front lifting northward, I always say expect the unexpected. Still going to be talking about that potential for strong storms as this thing lifts in here. Heavy rain as well. Likely going to see rainfall amounts in excess of 1 to 2 inches. Some localized areas even heavier than that. But this is a quick hitter. It gets on out of here fairly quickly, and cold front blows in here as we head towards Monday. And the cool air starts to filter into eastern North Carolina. Once again, the temperature profile is going to be a wide range. You see some of our northwestern areas may stay in the 40s and 50s, while our southern areas are basking in the 60s and possibly even touching 70 degrees. The 60-degree line is basically that bright yellow shading. That's 60 degrees. We're talking about some 70s on the board possibly for our coastal areas. And that thing lifts out of here, and the cold air rushes in on the back side of the low and starts to wrap in here. So we're talking about much colder temperatures. Heavy rain potential 1 to 2 inches. Southerly winds, strong southerly winds, likely going to have environmental winds 15-25 miles per hour with higher gusts. And some of the heavier downpours could put down some severe rated gusts upwards of 50 miles per hour or better, and a low-end severe weather threat in the whole thing. But it's still heavy rain likely with this thing. And I can't rule out an isolated tornado. The reasoning why, because of that inland track of the low and the turning of the winds with height. A lot of helicity with this system, so we'll have to watch it closely. All right, looking at the European model, and once again, here's 18Z on Saturday. This will be 1 p.m. Saturday. We're dry, but you see the warm air starting to push in here. 552 line now north of the area, and starting to get warmer. This is Sunday afternoon, and heavy rain likely, and you see some of those rainfall amounts in the 1-inch category, some a little bit higher. Precipitable water values likely will be over 1.5 inches, possibly pushing 1.85 inches. and warm air, very, very warm air, starting to lift into the area. But that inland track of the low is something of concern, obviously, with the helicity involved with that. And warm fronts can do crazy things, especially when they are associated with that, how close we are to the low pressure center. So we'll have to watch it closely, but heavy rain is a definite, but strong to possibly even severe storms are going to be possible as we head towards Sunday afternoon. I think the main threat likely be from the late morning hours into the early afternoon hours as this thing lifts out. That's Monday, and we're dry. You see the cold air is still lingering to the west of us in the 540 line, reaching as far south as Greenville, Mississippi, and into the western half of the state. But it's on its way. That's Tuesday afternoon, and we're dry here, but definitely cold air advection in place as the high pressure builds in on the back side of this, and I think we go completely dry. But some of the models still depicting some light precipitation amounts on Tuesday morning. Now, the European is not one of them anymore. It was yesterday, but now is trended drier. The GFS still painting some light QPF on Tuesday morning. So we'll watch that closely because the sounding does support the potential for a rain-snow mix for our northwestern counties. But for the time being, we're going to hold off on that thought and just introduce maybe a slim chance for a shower early in the morning. But still not thinking for the time being, once we get some consistency in the modeling, we're going to hold off on that thought. That's Wednesday afternoon, and the 540 line retreats to the north, and temperatures warm up just a touch. We'll likely be into the upper 40s that afternoon, maybe nearing 50. Now, once again, we're watching Thursday and Friday, and the modeling is out to lunch on this. There is no consistency out this far right now. The European has us dry and cold as all get out. European was painting high temperatures on Thursday only into the 30s, mid-30s, with that 528 line basically sitting on top of Roanoke Rapids and Rocky Mount, while the GFS was painting 47. So, and also rain showers likely, and the Moss, some of the output from the GFS was painting temperatures likely into the 50s that afternoon. So there is some very wide uncertainty there. And even going into Friday, same type of scenario. The GFS still painting rain in a coastal low, and the European is dry but very cold. But both models are showing a trend downward for Friday. I think temperatures likely will struggle on Friday to get into the 40s. That's Saturday afternoon, and we start to warm up. We'll high pressure in control of the weather pattern if this is correct. And then this is the end of the forecast period next Sunday. Next frontal boundary approaching us from the west, but we are maybe introducing rain chances if this is correct. That's going to do it for me here on the ENC Weather Update. Stay up to date with us. Facebook, Twitter, WNCT.com. Obviously, with the possible strong storm situation, we will be there, and also possibly on our Google Plus page. So stay up to date with us through all of our mediums, through social media, and we'll keep you guys updated. And if needed, we'll go on to the television side. I'm on TV tonight, 10 o'clock on CW, and 11 o'clock right back on WNCT. Also tomorrow night, 6, 7, 10, 11. We'll be right here on WNCT as well as the CW. You guys have a great rest of your evening, a great day tomorrow, and a great weather week ahead.